Hello everyone. Today I am going to present on the topic gender role development and its influence on classroom participation. Before I begin, I want to invite you all to reflect for a moment. Have you ever seen a girl hesitate to speak in a math class or a boy step back from participating in a dance activity simply because of what others might say? If yes, then you have already witnessed how gender roles affect learning. Through this presentation, we will explore why that happens, how these roles develop, and what we can do as educators to create more inclusive classrooms. Gender role development refers to the process through which children learn the behaviors, attitudes, and expectations that society associates with boys and girls. This learning does not happen in a single day. It is a continuous process shaped by interactions at home, in school, through media, and in society. We must understand that children are not born knowing what boys should do or girls should do. They observe, they imitate, and they observe messages from their surroundings. Before going deeper, let us clarify some terms. Let us clarify some key terms that form the foundation of this topic. Gender identity. This is a child's inner sense of who they are. It shapes how they view themselves in relation to gender. Gender roles. These are the expectations society places on boys and girls, often without questioning whether they are fair or logical. Gender stereotypes. These are oversimplified ideas. For example, assuming boys are naturally better at sports or girls are naturally better at helping teachers. A very common stereotype is this: if a boy is good at drawing, people say, wow, that's unusual. But if a girl is good at it, they say that's normal. And if a girl is good at solving tough math problems, people act surprised. Imagine how these reactions shape a child's confidence. These stereotypes become invisible walls around children's abilities. These statements reflect stereotypes that shape children's behavior, their confidence, and even their future choices. When children internalize such messages, they start limiting themselves not because of their abilities, but because of what society expects from them. How gender roles develop. Gender roles are learned through multiple processes: observation and imitation. Children watch adults, siblings, teachers, and friends, and they imitate what they see. Bandura's social learning theory explains this beautifully. Children learn by observing behaviors and their consequences. Reinforcement and feedback. When a girl is praised for being quiet or a boy is praised for being tough, they receive signals about what is expected. Cognitive development. Children also start categorizing behaviors. They form mental boxes for what boys and girls should do. Cultural norms plays a huge role. What children see daily become their standard for daily behavior. Bandura's social learning theory explains this. Children watch and copy what they see. When a boy climbs a tree, people say that's what boys do. And when a girl tries to do the same things, they say, be careful. And that one line can change her sense of what she is capable of. This is how gender roles get formed. So, when a child behaves in a certain way, it's not just a personal choice, it is influenced by layers of social and cultural conditioning. Influence on classroom participation. Now, let us connect this to the classroom environment. Gender roles influence participation in many subtle ways. Boys often speak more loudly or confidently because they have been encouraged to be expressive. Girls may hesitate to answer, fearing that these might be judged if they are wrong. Boys may avoid tasks like decorating boards or participating in art, thinking it is for girls. And Teacher bias is also there. Teachers, without realizing it, may call on boys more during problem solving activities or give more freedom to boys during outdoor games. Peer pressure also reinforces these rules. Students act in ways that fit their group expectations. All of this shapes how children participate, how much they learn, and how confident they feel. As you can see from this diagram, that initial hesitation sows a seed and the teacher bias help it grow, and peer pressure also help it grow, and then it is converted into reinforced stereotypes. Okay, let me share some real examples that many of us might have seen. During a competitive quiz or math activity, girls might raise their hand less often if they know the answer, while boys participate more actively even if they are unsure about the answer. Okay, so in group discussions, boys tend to take leadership roles automatically, while girls take on supportive roles. Girls often excel in neatness, organization, and teamwork not because they are naturally better, but because they are encouraged from a young age to be responsible. Teachers might discipline boys more frequently, giving them more one to one interaction. Students sometimes avoid activities because they are afraid of being teased. For example, a boy joining a craft activity. Such patterns are not about capability, but about how gender norms shape behavior. Impact on learning outcomes. All these factors affect learning in significant ways. Children do not explore their full potential because they stay within gendered boundaries. Girls may underperform in subjects like mathematics or science even though they have capability. Boys may miss out on developing communication or emotional skills because they avoid activities that build them. Over time, these patterns create achievement gaps and uneven participation. A stereotype may seem small, but repeated stereotypes can shape a child's entire academic journey. Now, relevance in today's educational context. In today's world, especially with the implementation of NEP 2020, sensitivity is not optional. It is essential. Education aims to prepare students for a future where creativity, empathy, leadership, and collaboration matter more than traditional gender expectations. Schools have the power to break these rigid rules. If classrooms become spaces where every child feels equally encouraged, then we can nurture confident, open minded, and capable individuals. So we must ask ourselves, are we creating an environment that empowers every child regardless of gender? Now, some strategies for teachers that can make a huge difference by adopting simple yet effective strategies. Using gender neutral terms like students, learners, or friends, encouraging both boys and girls to participate in all subjects and activities, sharing stories of diverse role models, showing that success is not limited by gender, like showing women in STEM, like the science, technology, and engineering and mathematics field, and boys in art, reading, and nurturing professions also. Sharing stories of diverse role models, showing that success is not limited by gender, avoiding statements like boys are stronger or girls are gentle, reflecting on personal biases and being mindful of our responses to students. When teachers consciously challenge stereotypes, students begin to challenge them too. So, being conscious is more important here of what terminologies we are using in the classroom and what we are not. uh, some inclusive classroom practices some include like mixing boys and girls in group work so that they learn collaboration without stereotypes, rotating leadership roles to give every student equal opportunities, incorporating storybooks and examples that challenge gender norms, creating discussions where students question why certain roles exist, ensuring the classroom is emotionally safe for both boys and girls to express themselves freely. When these practices becomes regular, inclusivity becomes natural. Real life application in real life classroom situations, these ideas can lead to encouraging girls to participate in robotic science fairs and technology clubs. As I talked, like women in STEM also should be encouraged, and allowing boys to join art, music, drama, or reading activities without judgment, conducting gender sensitivity sessions with parents to reduce stereotypes at home, designing lesson plans that provide equal opportunity to all learners. These steps may seem small, but collectively they transform learning experiences. Conclusion. Okay, so to conclude, gender role development deeply influences how students participate in classroom. It affects their confidence, their choices, and even their long-term career paths. As future educators, it is our responsibility to ensure that no child feels limited by society's expectations. Every child deserves a space where they can explore freely, express openly, and grow confidently. I would like to leave you with one question. What can each of us do starting today to make our classrooms truly inclusive? And by this, we are now ending today's presentation. Thank you all.